Oh, okay. The Malort's getting to me, man. It's starting to... That rage is building up.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Welcome to the Gravity Cancel Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast. BMG made another Scythe Legend, and I'm mad. Ooh, you taking a shot off the rip?
A little Malort sipper.
A Malort sipper, huh? Very sophisticated. With a little
Pamplemousse
LaCroix chase.
LaCroix. Grapefruit LaCroix.
Very nice. I am just rocking a Sprite because we're doing an impromptu early. Sun is still out. My lighting looks like ass. But at least I've got the pitties on today because I forgot last episode.
Rox, this episode came together in like an hour. I had nothing planned. And you said pod win. And we're here now recording. This is crazy. But desperate times call for desperate measures. And we need to get to episode 50 by November 2nd.
You are correct.
So, it's going to take some work. You're going to have some very dry podcasts. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it for you guys.
All right. So what are we talking about first here?
All right. So I'm kind of tired of ranting and running out of things to rant about. Last time we did a small discussion. This time I wanted to find some things because I think we're going to have some differing opinions here. And I have very opinionated opinions about these. Very strong opinions. Rox, I'm going to ask you, what is a read? If you see a post and someone says, oh, check out this read, what does that mean to you?
When you are I'll give you an example. So you're approaching a queen nai that has guitars equipped. You're falling down on them. And you know exactly what they're about to do. They're about to hit you with a neutral sig where they spin up in the air and you dodge straight down, get underneath them and then attack them from below. Because you know that it was coming.
So you know that they're going to do their insig, and you know you need to get below them to retaliate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
or when you bait out their side sig or their jump back. Yeah.
So you're looking at it from a retaliatory defensive read. You can also have offensive reads, right?
Yeah.
Where you know that they're going to dodge a certain way, so you do something based on that. So you've never played this person before. You queue up, never played this person before. Can you get a read first stock within like 10 seconds?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay, this is where it's going to differ a bit.
Because I'm going to go back to Queen Nai. You know what a Queen Nai player is going to do. You know what most Mordex players are going to do. Most popular legends are played the same. So once you've got, 2,000 hours in the game, you know what to expect. But it is more of a guess.
It's a guess.
It's an educated guess.
A read is an educated guess, but if you've never played a person before, it's a complete guess. So the way I look at this is there's two different things. Never played this person before, first stock, first sequence of engagement, and you successfully guess what they're going to do. That's just a guess. That is a wild guess.
It's an educated guess based on your previous experience, and then as soon as you guess right, when you do it again, now it's a read.
Now it's definitely a read. So you're saying there's three levels to it. You're saying there's a guess, an educated guess based on the experience, and a read.
Yep.
That's a step further than I thought. Now, if you know they're going to dodge a certain way, say you hit them with a sidelight with spear, and you know they're going to dodge out, so you're going to do a dash cancel D-light to hit them. If you do that, but you wait to see, is that still a read? So if there is a delay between you taking action, is that still a read?
Yes. I don't know. I'd have to see it.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. So what I'm getting at here is there's the term read is thrown around a lot by a lot of the community. And I feel like it is a generalization when a read means a very specific thing. I see it as you have a guess. I'm going to add educated guess to my terminology now, or my sequence of punishes, because I like that. So you have an educated guess based upon how a legend plays and their options. You have a read, which you get after analyzing their behaviors. And then you have reacts, which are things that you do based on how they dodge that you've kind of trained yourself to do. So I know they're going to dodge, or I don't know how they're going to dodge, but I wait a millisecond, see how they're dodge, and then I do an action to follow up. So I think there's some nuances there that are important to differentiate because they're distinctly different things. So a read to me is solely based on how a person is playing, and you really can't do that first stock unless they're really predictable. Maybe first game, but you really need like a best of 3 scenario, or I've played this person in queue before to actually have a read. Like, when I play against you or Nova or people that I've played against a lot, I know how you're probably going to behave in a certain scenario. So that would be like a read.
Okay.
So, alright. I figured you'd kind of agree with that one. This one, you and I are going to be completely different on.
Try me.
Is a 0 to death?
So, there's a difference between a clean stock and a 0 to death. I feel like a 0 to death is shortly after somebody comes back to the stage. Well, I guess it does. Well, yeah, as soon as somebody gets a fresh stock, doesn't matter what your health is, what their health. Well, yeah, your opponent comes to stage, clean stock.
Yep.
And you, within 20 seconds or so, they are dead. Whether it's a scythe combo that just takes them off the map, gauntlet, anything, as long as you don't take any damage and you're never on the defensive. Like, you could have a couple dodge reads or something like that where you like dodge, like you're attacking, they try to attack back, you dodge, and then you follow up with an attack. But like, if you're ever on the run, it's not a 0 to death.
Okay, so you're saying it doesn't need to be a continuous string of dodge reads.
Mm-hmm.
There's some level of maybe a reset to neutral, but it's brief. Mm-hmm. But you're not retreating. So like you don't do something and then run away.
Yeah. Like if you have a 1 minute long stock where you don't take any damage because you're dodging and moving out of the way and doing all sorts of stuff, that's just a clean stock.
Okay. So you're saying it's got to happen in 20 seconds.
Has to be hyper aggressive.
Has to be hyper aggressive. No defensive, evasive maneuvers. Okay, I thought you would be less restrictive than that. I think it needs to be a continuous stream. No reset to neutral whatsoever for it to be a 0 to death. That's my opinion. But I think it's important to differentiate. I have a clip that I was going to show you if you were to argue this. To show why, but it's kind of irrelevant now. One clip was like, it was 2 0 to deaths in one clip. And the first one was like a 25-second 0 to death.
All right, post the link. Where's the link?
All right, yeah, it's probably easier for me to just send it to you. So we'll watch this. I had it kind of queued up. We'll watch this and kind of describe what's going on. I need to... You're going to throw this on stream or on the video?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you just take it in. I'll kind of describe to the audience what's going on. It's going to be a little delayed on my end. And I want you to pause after the first stock is taken. So a little friendly taunt between a Vrax and a Kaya.
Is there audio to this? No?
There's no audio, no. A little friendly taunt at the beginning.
A little friendly taunt. All right. So, a lot of whiffs. Vrax gets a side air, a little in-light, kind of whiffs 3 attacks, gets a signature, whiffs 2 more attacks, switches from blasters to lance, and lands a signature for the KO. Okay, so that lasted about 25 seconds.
caused that?
I'm going to call that one a clean stock, not a 0 to death.
Okay.
There were too many whiffs.
Yeah.
Like, you could, like... Although this was a short time frame, which was like my first rule, was it had to be quick. It was a lot of
misses.
Neutral, a lot of him whiffing, a lot of them not being in each other's faces.
Yeah. So you're saying you're allowed to have some whiffs, as long as
maybe
you're not,
one
like,
or two. Like if I'm doing like an axe recovery to get back on stage to get in position for a side air, then yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I whiffed the recovery, but it was to get me into a position.
Right. Okay.
Just
fair.
like, all right, blasters all over the fucking place and 90 of them missing. That's not really,
And then I started shooting.
And I started blasting.
All right, let's get the second one. Vrax has a lance queued up. Kaya immediately dodges and then just gets carried off stage and is dead in like 6 seconds.
That is a 0 to death.
That's a 0 to death all day.
100%.
So the first one is what I would have assumed you would think a 0 to death could be considered, or it could be considered a 0 to death. But you're saying since it doesn't whiff, or since there's a lot of whiffs and there's a lot of time where they're not in each other's face, it's not a 0 to death. Anyways, I went off. I'm like, dude, this is not 2 0 to deaths. Like, this is a clean stock and a 0 to death.
Yeah.
But that's not 2 0 to deaths. So my definition is that for a 0 to death to be considered a 0 to death, it has to be a continuous string, no whiffs, and you have to basically punish their dodges or jumps.
I'm trying to see, because I'm sure I have one, a recent 0 to death that I did that kind of straddles the line.
It's a
I'll look
gray
for
area.
it while we keep talking. Yeah.
And a lot of people, a lot of people call them 0 to deaths when it's like a minute clip and they're running away half the time. I'm like, no, that's not a 0 to death. It's clean stock, sure. You gotta differentiate those things. They're two entirely different things. And BMG is part of the problem here, because on the commentary, sometimes they'll call 0 to deaths, they'll call clean stock 0 to deaths. And I'm like, no, that was like a minute and a half of them just pussyfooting around each other. That was not a 0 to death. Oh, okay, the Malort's getting to me, man. It's starting to... That rage is building up.
Raid Shadow Legends.
We didn't disagree as much as I thought we would on that, so I'm
getting educated, bro. You can only argue with me so long before you make me switch teams.
Before I convert you. On to news.
Wait, quick question. Would you consider this a 0 to death?
All right, we got one of Rox's private reserve collections coming up. He's an Azoth playing a Volkov. There were about 8 whiffs of air between the two of them. He had Scythe, right? He was
it was just an Azoth and a Volkov standing on the same spot of the map, and we just kept jumping over each other's head trying to dare, and we just kept missing the dare over and over again. It was beautiful.
I love those fighting over the last brain cell type clips, man. They are hilarious.
I'll literally try to force them. Like, I'll see it happening and be like, I'm just going to keep trying.
Oh, yeah. No, I would say I don't try to force them, but if there's an opportunity, I'm going to see if they take the bait. We won't even get into baiting.
Okay, real quick. I've got one right here. So, guy, it does break a couple of rules because I'm already damaged. So I take a hit there, but then a couple of whiffs.
Yeah, I'm saying no, man.
Yeah, this is just a clean stock.
Well, kinda. You got hit.
Well, at the beginning.
You got hit at the beginning.
So, here's the question. Can you get hit before your damage starts? And then also, can you whiff before your damage starts?
I would say you can whiff, for sure.
Okay.
Can you take damage? So they respawn, they hit you first, and then you start to hit them, and...
Yes.
I'm gonna say... This is so muddy now. I'm gonna say if they hit you, and then you proceed to kill them, it's not a 0 to death, but it's not a clean stock, but it could be a 0 to death.
I got you.
If they hit you and then you do a flawless string and take them from 0 to death, that's a 0 to death. But it's not a clean stock. I feel like clean stocks, you can't get hit.
So you wouldn't consider this one a 0 to death either, because he's already taken a hair of damage.
Yes, not a 0 to death.
But it is clean AF.
But that's not a 0 to death or a clean stock, but it was a good stock.
But if he had no health there at the beginning,
it was a slightly dusty stock.
A little dusty.
Wouldn't pass the white glove test, but
I got you.
All right, we won't inundate our audio viewers because they're lame with video clips. Come watch us on YouTube so you can see our ugly mugs. On to News Rocks, and it's a very dry news week because we're trying to record these like every week and a half. Autumn Championships coming up, starting tomorrow actually. Today is the 21st of September. You know what that means, Rocks?
Do you remember?
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Starting September 22nd, we have the Autumn Championships kicking off. Week 1 is 1v1, week 2 is 2v2. So this weekend and next weekend, you got some Autumn Championships coming up. I didn't get to see what the viewership rewards are, but I think it's a cannon, and it's a pretty clean cannon. This is the second to last Brawlhalla esports event until BCX. We have Autumn Royale coming up in probably the middle of October, if I were to guess. How do you feel about the Royales? Because this is their first year of doing it.
I'll be honest with you. I've not watched one.
Do you know what the format is?
No, I do not.
So it's an 8-person invitational. Top 3, I think it's top 3 from the last seasonal event. So the Autumn Championship will occur, and then top 3 NA, top 3 EU, and top 2 South America get flown out to Atlanta for an in-person mini tournament.
I love that.
I think it's really cool. I was hesitant at first because I'm like, I don't like invitational style events, but it's kind of a cool way for them to give redemption to people and to see who is really on top. You know, because you never, outside of BCX, you don't get to see a lot of intermingling between NA and EU and NA and South America. So I like it, and I didn't think I'd like it because invitationals are whack to me. But this type of invitational where you're like, all right, who's really on top? After you saw them duke it out at Autumn's is super cool.
I will definitely be watching the October one.
Yeah, I'm hoping to as well. We'll get to that in a bit. I'm pretty busy in October. And man, I'm going to miss... This is my first tournament I'm going to miss all year, I think. I got to work nights this weekend, so I'm going to miss the tournament for 1v1. And then I got to work days next weekend, so I'm going to miss 2v2. All right.
What a shame.
We don't normally talk about these, but this one kind of got me excited. There is a new Brawl of the Week, and this should get you excited too, Rox, because this is right up your alley. The Street Brawl Relay. It's kind of Strikeout meets Street Brawl. So you pick 3 legends, and each stock is different legend, in Street Brawl!
Oh, I'm in there.
Dude,
I will be
it's
playing
sick.
as soon as we're done with this.
I haven't played it yet. I was just browsing brawlhalla.com/news, and I'm like, what? I didn't know this was a thing. Just started yesterday. So, I'm not normally a Brawl of the Week type person, but go get your gold for your wins and enjoy some Street Brawl, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go try it out.
I need that, but ranked.
Oh, dude, ranked would be... We still need ranked Strikeout.
Yeah.
Get to it, BMG. And
Speaking of
big
BMG.
news item. The big news item. Tell us about it, Rox.
They shit the bed. We got
BMG.
another fucking Scythe Legend.
This is the 9th Scythe Legend. And Scythe is the first weapon... No, I guess Cannon was the first weapon after full release. Why are there 9 Scythe Legends? I mean, I know why. Show some love to Canon, goddammit. We have 5 Canon Legends, and it's been out for 6 years, 7 years, 6 years.
I will say the Qatar signatures are awesome, though.
Okay. The Qatar signatures are really sick. And
I mean, the Scythe ones aren't bad either, but
the animations, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's like, you look at that compared to... So, Loki's signatures have a lot of snakes in them. Compare that to Nye's snake, and it's like, oh, they gotta redo those. They need to redo Nye's animations, because those look so trash.
Do you think we'll start getting animation refreshes for older Legends?
I hope so. There's a lot of Legends, especially like the first 12 to 13. Man, I don't know. Up till probably release, official release, those Legends all need their animations redone at some point. You look at Bodvars, man. They're
you
so
do
simple.
Get what is it?
Thatch and Sentinel.
Crossovers redo the signatures.
Like the old crossovers?
Yeah.
I feel like the old crossovers had pretty good animations. Well, some of them don't even have animations. Which one's that? Is it the Taros Hellboy one? Doesn't even have animations?
I'm not 100% sure. I never run into that thing.
That thing. So yeah, new Legend, Loki, Katars and Scythe with some really sick animation signatures. The Scythe ones feel kind of Jiro 2.0. I've been throwing that out a lot. But the Qatar ones are insane. Probably I think it's the Insig one, where it like does a portal. Dude, so cool. Did you want to throw up the trailer on here and we'll just watch it really quick?
It had been playing.
Oh, yeah! Alright, well, cool. So, check that out. I expect we'll get the release this week, or, well, next week. There was some speculation, based on the trailers, that we would get Loki release on September 27th. Because there were a bunch of hash marks on the TV screen, or below the TV.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
There were 27 of them, so people are thinking, 27.
That does make sense.
And this is our 60th Legend, man. 60th Legend.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's insane.
Oh my god. We're really going to get 100.
So if we keep up with... Let's see, 3 to 4 Legends a year, probably. We've got another 10 years.
Hell yeah.
10 more years of Brawlhalla. What's the biggest fighting game roster? I would guess it's Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Really? It might be a Dragon Ball Z game from back in the day.
Could be an old Dragon... So, Smash Bros. Ultimate has 89 playable fighters. Sorry for the clickety-clacks, people. Largest fighting game roster. Yeah, it's Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Okay, it's Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, which is one of those stupid arena fighters.
Oh, get out of here.
They got 121 characters.
Lame.
I wouldn't even consider that, though. Because it's not, like, a real competitive fighter. What?
Yo. So, for this next part, I had the Meet the Legends page pulled up. Check this out. Now they all have tags under them. Pet owner, BCX1 winner, BCX1 top 3 winner, top 3 winner, hat wearer.
I swear you realized that, like, 4 episodes ago.
I swear I didn't. Go back, check it.
I don't have the receipts for that, but I feel like you noticed that not too long ago.
No, because oh my god.
Yeah, it's super useful for Battle Pass missions.
Yeah.
So you're like, who the hell, well, wears a hat's pretty easy, but you're like, who the hell owns a pet? Like, what? Bryn owns a pet? What?
Azoth owns a pet.
Is it a little skeleton?
Oh, it's a cat.
He does have a cat. I remember that from the Baron episode, maybe.
Your lucky Baron probably doesn't watch these.
He would be so disappointed in me. All right, that's it for the news. Kind of a dry week. All we're gonna have next episode is probably Loki skins, maybe some first impressions.
But we'll have a fun game ready.
And Rox, I have a pretty funnish game for this episode. So, topic of the podcast. I'm getting married 3 weeks from tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful wedding. But I was thinking, what would Mr. and Mrs. Spankcake's Valhalla wedding look like? So we're going to play Mr. and Mrs. Spankcake's Valhalla Wedding Extravaganza. Where we pick legends to fit the following rules of Spankcake's Valhalla Wedding. So I created a little tier list maker here. We're going to pick 3 groomsmen, and out of those, who's the best man? 3 bridesmaids, and out of those, who's the maid of honor? Who is our ordained minister? Who is our photographer? Who objects to the wedding? And which 2 legends, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, crashed the wedding?
All right. This is a very clever... Congratulations, by the way. But
Thank you.
This is a really clever thing you came up with in like 5 minutes. All right, so since you are the groom himself, you're him, you pick all the groomsmen. I get no input here.
Oh, you get no? No, I think you get input here because you're going to have a tough time with the bridesmaids. Did you want to do this tier list style?
So I was just going to have them all pulled up here so we can just look at them.
Okay.
Maybe even like pick what skin it would be, what they'd wear.
Oh, okay. I like that.
And then you be making the tier list, and then when we're done, you'll just send me a screenshot of the tier list, so I'll pull it up.
Cool. All right, so we're going to start with 3 groomsmen. So, I think Thatch is one of my homies.
What?
I just feel like I would get along with him.
Oh my.
He's a party animal, man.
Oh, well, there's only one option for the outfit.
There's only one option for it. Classy Thatch. He's already dressed for the occasion.
Okay. All right, well, we got the first one. I'm going to say... So, I remember early on, you would... Oh, no. I'm stuck between 2 of them. Fuck. I'm going to say Barraz is one of them, just because you used to play... You had a Barraz streak way back in the day. He's always been there for you.
He's always been there for me. He was one of the OGs. Well, and we kind of had like a falling out, you know? So he's one of my old friends that I'm like, I haven't seen them in a while. Mm-hmm. I think they'd be a good time at the wedding. The question is, what skin?
Yeah, what is he wearing?
I think the Wraith Barraza. Wearing his heart on his chest. Always been there for me. But not always been present in my life.
Yep, I agree. And he's probably in the, like, one of the pink colors. So the little heart's pink.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so we're going to go with Barraza's second groomsman. All right. Now, I don't feel like either of those are my best man. And I don't know. I don't play a lot of male legends, ironically. So I got to go with who my best man is. And I'm going to have to say, it's a new friend, but time doesn't always dictate the friendship. Even new friendships can fester, such a negative word, can prosper, can prosper into a best friendship. And I'm going with Red Raptor. You already knew it.
Saw that coming.
You knew it.
What's he wearing? Is he going as a Power Ranger or a Rocket Raptor?
I feel like I gotta go Rocket Raptor. It's kind of classy, especially with the bronze tones on it. So we got Red Raptor as the best man. And
that gives me a great idea for a later part of this.
All right. So, bridesmaids here. This is a tricky one because you don't know Mrs. Spankcakes personally. You know a little bit about her.
I was gonna role play as her.
Okay, you're gonna role play as her. All right, I like that. I'll let you role play as her. You pick your bridesmaids, Mrs. Spankcakes.
All right, so of course we're gonna have to go with Arcadia, for sure.
oh, is Arcadia like a mutual friend? I'm like, you gotta have Arcadia in your bridal party. Sorry.
Exactly. This is your platonic friend from work.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that.
What is she wearing?
Oh, she's for sure wearing. She looks too sad in the Briar Rose one.
It's because she's not really platonic. She has feelings for you.
Oh! Spoiler alert. All right, we'll go with Briar Rose.
That really is the only one where she's frowning.
Yeah, she's so happy.
You think she'd be frowning in this one?
No, she's so happy to wear that child skull on her face. Okay. All right, Arcadia.
All right, you pick the other two.
All right. So, I'm gonna go with Diana. So
odd choice.
Mrs. Pancakes didn't play much Brawlhalla, but when she did, she really liked Diana.
Okay.
So I feel like that's a Brazza situation. Like, they haven't talked in a while, but they were friends at one point in time. And she decided, I'll invite Diana to be in the wedding. And it's not gonna be the Battle Pass one. I feel like, isn't there a, there's the Bitten one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think Bitten's probably the right dress for the occasion.
Yep.
The right pantsuit for the occasion.
We're going Bitten Diana.
All right, and I feel like neither of those are the bridesmaids there. Both of those are the bridesmaids. Neither of those are the maid of honor. All right, maid of honor. It's gotta be Queen Nai.
Oh, brother.
That's not one of my picks either. I know I was a Nai main for a while, but she also enjoyed a lot of Queen Nai.
Hell yeah.
So, there's probably one good option for this, and some okay options. Oh, you know what sucks about this? None of the seasonal ones are on there.
Seasonal ones? Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So, I was thinking Date Night Nai.
We can do Date Night Nai.
Yeah, Date Night Nai for sure. She wore her skimpy little skirt to my wedding.
Oh, shit. We'll find Date Night Nai real quick.
So Date Night
Apparently,
Nai.
I don't know where the queue is.
Maid of honor. Well, it's actually an inn. Weirdly enough.
Oh my god, it is.
A queen is a title.
There we go. Perfect.
Date night.
I just realized she has snake tattoos on her arms.
Are those tattoos or like a bracelet?
They look flat.
Rocks, it's a 2D game. Alright, so we've got our wedding party set. Who is the ordained minister? Who is our officiant? Who weds us to be?
Serendipitous.
Serendipitous. I feel like he probably actually is an ordained minister.
I'm sure.
Do we go with that? Is Baron canon in Valhalla now?
I believe so.
I think so. I
love that I keep getting room invites from Smasher of Tools.
Oh, he messaged me earlier. He's like, "Hey, are you playing?" I'm like, "No, I'm not playing. Doing a podcast, brother." All right. I will say I'll let you have Baron. We'll go with Baron, but I don't have a Baron on the tier list maker.
Okay, that's fair. All right, let's pick a... In our hearts, we know it's Baron, but as a legend, who would it be?
As a legend. I feel like there's two options here. You want me to tell you the two options?
Yes.
All right. Gentleman Wushang or Zariel.
Ooh.
I kind of lean towards Zariel being a holy entity, and like I feel like he has the most authority to marry someone.
You're true. That's true. There he is.
Well, I feel like
what's he wearing?
They have the most authority to marry someone. What is Zariel wearing? Doesn't he also have? Oh, dude, he's got the Urban Guardian, man. Urban Guardian all day.
The one I just had up?
Yeah. That's such a swaggy outfit. I would be both happy and fearful to have Urban Guardian marry me. You're gonna Mr. Steal Mrs. Spancakes.
You tell him to wear a suit and he shows up in ninja streetwear suit.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, you got a tie. That's all I could ask for. Who is the photographer? I have a really funny one for this one, but I'm going to let you go ahead and take a pick.
So I was going to say Val because, she's like a robot.
She doesn't even have a camera. She's just like taking them and uploading them to the cloud right away.
Yeah, people don't even notice that she's taking pictures. I can't really think of any other ones. Oh, Vrax would be hilarious because he's just got his one big eyeball.
So that wasn't my pick, but that's close. I went with Core. It's just a big robot guy like fumbling over the button, trying to press it. Like half the images are like off skew because his finger's too big and it's like knocking the camera down.
Yep. Okay, I see that. Which one? What's he wearing to the wedding?
I feel like that one. The no, not Core. Fangwild Core.
This one right here, Fangwild Core.
Yeah, he's like got flowers growing on him.
Oh,
like,
all his flowers match the colors of the wedding.
Yeah,
flowers on the table.
He grows special flowers just for the wedding. All right, so Fangwild Core is the photographer, and a little bit of foreshadowing on this one, but I know where you're going with this one. Who objects to the wedding?
We could go with Petra for no reason other than the fact that she's drunk.
She's just fucking angry.
Just hammered.
I kind of like Petra. Or the obvious choice.
What's the obvious choice?
Arcadia!
Oh, we can double pick? You're right, it is Arcadia.
She's not really a true platonic friend. She's jealous. And she gets kicked right back down to who objects. I can't do a double on this one, unfortunately. Arcadia objects and is kicked out of the bridal party and replaced by Petra because Petra's just drunk.
That's a great idea.
And we're like, get up here! She's like, okay.
And Petra is wearing...
Petra is dressed as Ken. No. Petra... I think Petra's wearing the new swag and is...
the new swag.
Street Sovereign Petra. She's actually came to the wedding with Zariel, the ordained minister. They showed up together.
They're smashing.
Smashing. So you're going to have to do a little bit of Photoshop magic on the tier list for this. Because now Arcadia is down in Who Objects. So, that's okay though. Let's see. Alright. Final tier. Who crashes the wedding? I need two legends that just completely crash the wedding. They're trying to hit on all the bridesmaids. They're probably trying to hit on the bride. They're drinking all our booze. Who crashes it?
First pick is Yumiko. Also drunk. Angry she wasn't picked for anything because she was an OG. She also... So we got Madam Yumiko. I don't know if you know what madams are, but they run prostitute houses in the Wild West. So she's invited all of her prostitutes and just crashing the whole thing.
All right, Madame Yumiko, choice number one. For who
and the other one that I was going to pick was going to be Ezio because he was your new main for a couple of weeks. And then Red Raptor came out and you dropped him like a rock. Dropped him.
What's he wearing? I feel like it's just default Ezio.
Yeah, probably just default. Actually, default no, this Ezio. One because he's evil. He's angry.
Evil. Asgardian Ezio. So we got Asgardian Ezio.
Do you want to go with those two? Do those two make sense?
I like those two. If Zol had a tuxedo outfit, I would have gone with Zol. But I like those two. There's reason to them. I dropped Yumiko, probably for Ezio. Actually, no, I dropped Yumiko for Arcadia.
Wow, Arcadia is crashing, objecting, and maid of honor, or not maid of honor, but bridesmaid.
Arcadia is just the absolute, not bridezilla. She's the guestzilla.
She's the drama.
All right, let me send you our final tier list after a couple of shuffles.
Drum roll,
the
please.
Image.
Here is the final image. We've got the groomsmen, Thatch, Red Raptor being the best man, and why do I always forget names?
Barraza.
I'm just gonna let you do this because every time I'm challenged with a fucking
you're like, their
tier
names not on
list,
the
I just
screen.
forget names.
All right, groomsmen, Thatch, Barraza, and best man, Red Raptor. Bridesmaids, we have Diana, now Petra, but it was Arcadia, and maid of honor, Queen Nye. The ordained minister, the holy Zariel, marrying us, came down from above just to marry us. The photographer, Kor, Fangwild Kor, dressed with his flowers to match. Who objects? Arcadia. She walked out of the bridal party and said, "Nay, they will not marry. I am Mr. Spankcake's true lover."
That was the most cringe thing you've ever said in this podcast. You're becoming one of us.
And who crashes the wedding? None other than Madame Yumiko with her prostitutes, and Asgardian Ezio, salty as fuck, just stealing my booze. And that is Mr. and Mrs. Spankcake's wedding extravaganza.
Now say I do.
I do. Whew, that was fun. I like these little, like, tier list, kind of weird game. Not really a game, but
last week was
just
awesome.
Man, guess who was a blast?
Ugh.
I got shut out. That's definitely going to be a recurring game, probably at some point before the end of the year. That would be a good, like, holiday one, maybe.
Ooh, we could challenge guests to it.
Ooh, that would be.
Are we gonna have a guest on episode 50?
I feel like that's a little bit too much work, doing a live guest episode. I think us being together is like our not so special guest episode where we're
We're the guests.
We're the guests on our own podcast. I think, man, I don't know if we'll be able to get a guest before episode 50. If we really hustle it, maybe episode 49.
Hey, Sandstorm, you want to come to our Airbnb?
All right. Speaking of the Airbnb, we do have another guest. Nova is going to crash with us. So that takes our total count up to 6, makes it a little bit cheaper for all of us. I'm going to start looking for a little bit bigger spot. I'd like to get everyone their own room. But we're shutting it down there. That is all the guests we're having.
I don't even know the guest list, but
we have a total of 6, 4 of which are you, me, Mrs. Smackcakes, and Mrs. Rocks. Ms. Rocks.
You can just call her Wesley.
Wesley.
She's not about that gamer life. She ain't trying to be part of the Rocks empire.
So yeah, we got a little over a month and a half to go till BCX. This is episode 44, trying to get to 49 and then do 50 at BCX. So keep us honest. Until next time, peace.
Peace.